reminding her of rules. I am ignoring her and putting my feet up on a nearby seat. I am not the guy reading a mystery. I am reading Ziziva, the last coast word for West Coast writers and artists. I am not the young guy sitting across from me talking about his addictions. I am sitting, writing, seeing a poem. My feet take me north to volunteer in an art studio, east to deliver playhouse posters, south or east to watch plays with friends, west to visit friends' homes, and all directions to hikes. That was my parking garage poem. And I wrote this several years ago, but I still enjoy it, the colors of the season. A Willamette Valley spring, under a Crayola sky and a festive landscape, we walked by sea or Granny Smith green branches, mustard or pumpkin and cranberry branches. The sky was a Pacific midnight or maybe denim blue. From a cool evening, warm melting wax of laser lemon oozed on the edges. White aspens and birches and dark weeping willows and black oaks were electrified with electric lime, screaming or yelling jungle green, full of fern or inchworm green. My mother sends an annoyed text message. Message 1, please reply, where is the perishable food from your last apartment? Deny no thing except all. I imagine mom squints on her larger display, her smartphone. Message 3, answers, do not follow the leader. Little pink houses. I'm not using a ruler. I might as well take a photograph. The lady directly across me paints the bright pink forested house with golden acrylics and tells me this. I hate painting these houses. I like still lifes. And she tells me this a few times. This is what older women do, learn to paint scenery, one topped with whitish hair and then straw hat, painting with thinning watercolors. They paint with vistas in vineyards, traveling in the valley on Wednesdays. Today they sat near the new cinema across from the city's freight office, the Independence Depot. City views. City views from jet planes, train platforms, and other public transportation. Street views of historic districts, of architects, writers, dog walkers near bakeries, cafes, public transportation, views of apartment houses, townhouses, houses with large lawns, quilted fields, and jet views. Eugene Traveler. I'm waiting, riding Amtrak buses, Bikisi, friends, jump tracks, hitch rides. Saw Kesey's statue, the storyteller, read his words of plants, nettles, and clovers, ghost ferns, and more. Rode the EMX buses and watched the Breed's buses to U of O or Lane College in the city of a kind tree and a danceability. Watching now a bright yellow Morning Glory store, walked past the green store and the red Agafe store. Sat watching the local jackalope lounge in the trendy Buffalo Exchange. After browsing the beats of bookstores and buying two by Kerouac, I am writing in the shadows of ghosts and their stories. I am waiting outside Amtrak, father and son, soon hoping to visit Wisconsin, mother and children, traveling to Portland and returning to Florida. I'm hearing their stories. The gamers on the bus. Have you played Left 4 Dead? He asks his bus seat neighbor, raising his hands excitedly. Red, open mouth and skin brand hoodie, tired face and eyes, but wildly moving. He leans in and exclaims, Dude, the online version is best," and explains his favorite characters, tricks, and levels. This tired young man leans in closer and asks, "Have you played The Wrath? Awesome, man." Our friend A, peer club statuses. Our friend A is returning, moving, maybe to counsel, perhaps to mentor again. Our friend B is angry, impatient over interruptions, over stress. Our friend C is discouraged and maybe moving across town again. D is energetic, hypermanic, schemes to be a famous rapper. E is plotting to earn money from his family. F, G, and conservative Big H are eager to play foosball, sorry, chess, whatever, online, on a board, a table, or whatever. Loud I is anxious. In a monotone voice she yells, "I have to leave in half an hour. You can't be late for dinner in a group home." I have heard this a bunch of times. Old man J is preoccupied researching health, law, social service, while online for his business and legal schemes and claims that never fully pan out. Cookie Monster K is hungry. He arrives with another chocolate salty cookie from the bakery cafe next door, and then he researches diet and liver care. L is anxious and energetic, researching school or Celtic tribal tats, and tells me of his uncaring staff at his halfway house. Our staff assistant M is cautious while glaring at manic brain-injured N, but dotes over to breast O and her smelly retriever P, and sad Q, standing bow-legged with lip curled for tobacco maybe, and he tells everyone he wants to be a husband, a cowboy, a dancer, or a hippie organic farmer. R is angry. It shows on his face. He starts swearing at staff about rules and traffic, and later traffic, and is asked to leave. The food stamp orientation. I arrive on time at 1:15 in the Silver Falls room. We are given a few instructions. You will receive several papers. Be prepared. Your name will be called up to 3 times. Be aware. I gotta buy gum, says the lady next to me as she writes her hand a note. Sneeze, sneeze. Bless you, says the guy across the room, but not the lover next to her. One guy reminds me of a friend, a beat poetry lover fan. This guy here talks of politics, foreign-made products, and gas alternatives. I examine posters, quality, attitude, vision, in frames and in these captions. One guy across the room steals several pens ultra round bit pens. So do I. Another guy says, I have about 50 of those. No one deserves to be hurt in 8 languages. Say no to violence, say yes to safety. In English and Spanish, register to vote. My name is inquired. Soon there are 2 left, the last of the Mohicans, the beat man says. It seems I forgot to sign in. I am seen by a caseworker. I leave 15 minutes later, about 2:45. Looking out at Powell's Cafe, West 10th Avenue, blocks away from Do Not Enter My Mind, one way to a nervous elevator, buy, sell, trade your thoughts. Jigsaw pieces in a box, sausages in a pancake blanket, chicken pieces in a burger, 3 ladies in a cafe at lunch, puzzles, conundrums wrapped in a meal, and conversation wrapped in a meal. The communication tightrope. We followed the wood grain line of the shiny dance floor. We crossed past our partner with wheelchair or not, falling off the line of rope in our discussion circle between mimicking exercises. Upon entering, setting up, some talk of backyard birds, some talk of vacations, performance plans. Sometimes small talk is unwanted, interrupted blurting. Communication is a tightrope, I think later. Six, no. I awake abruptly. Later I dress in boots and climb the hill to the bus stop. Bright sun, clear day, heavy boots, thick snow. I climb the mountainous snow. Cool morning, dark clouds, lined boots, heavy paved roads. The planned meeting is not abrupt and quick. At the meeting, the next paper paves the road for another meeting. On a precipice, overgrown locks, striped ivy drops. Mom works on dirt hills. She says, like a preacher, writers write to forget. Analogies. The Twister game as travel plans, reaching out. A tetherball game as returning to this little city, tethering out. Tall firs, cedars across the parking lot in a solo dance. The utility wires at the edge of the parking lot in a solo dance. My dance teacher Maxine asked us to work on a solo dance. There's also the noisy crows on a wire as crying noisy children, resting blackbirds on a wire for a prom, dodgeball or popping corn against neighboring walls or doors, cracking and locking sounds of my arthritic shoulder, an emotional seesaw life, a speedy merry-go-round life. Jump in. Friend Friday. Ellie sits at a side table waiting at the Icebox Cafe for our friend Julian. She sits there often and fills in a daily Sudoku from today's Statesman Journal and offers me a coffee for Friend Friday. I order a very sweet and yummy mocha. We study the several detailed bright photos on the wall by her friend's friend, some poorly lit, so our barista stands there with Allison's direction. Then she turns direction to restrooms. I stay reading and dreaming of events in Portland. listed in the Oregonian. Julian soon arrives and visits with the young baristas, 4, 5, 6 customers, and me waiting thinking, come on. I order a second mocha, a seasonal mocha and muffin. Allie and Julian leave and wait for the chariot's buses. This is the life of the unemployed. This is kind of a disability poem about a friend. Sound effects: banging legs, brushing palms, chattering front teeth, drumming fingers, knocking knees, moving torso, outstretched thighs, questioning faces, rocking back, slapping thighs, stroking beard, tapping feet.
Wonderful.
Thank you.